Jai Jai Gurudev. Sai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Sai Gaura Hari Bol. Sai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Sai Gaura Hari Bol. जय जय श्री गांधर्व के गिरिधारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वव्यक्ति विनाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. So this kirtan will be for all the 18 days, same kirtan. So I request everyone, as much as possible, follow this kirtan. So this should become a practice in your life. And after this 18 days also, at least this one bhajan, one kirtan, you can just sing in your house along with your family. This creates the, what I can say, the auspiciousness in the house. And it creates the bondage among the family members also. Okay, so first I'll start with my introducing myself. So my name is Suranath Giridhara Das. So initiated by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. So I am from past 15 years in this Krishna consciousness. Before that, I was a businessman. I have a flower wholesale dealer in flowers. I have a flower mandi in City Market, Bangalore. So from the young age, I had little curious towards this spirituality, rather than spirituality, just to understand what is life. So why have we taken birth here? Many things, many questions was rising within me. So I thought the answers will be in spirituality. So started reading many books like Ramayana, Mahabharata, I think even Bhagavad Gita also. But there was nowhere I was not getting the answers. Then when I came to ISKCON, so came in touch with Srila Prabhupada books. So there I got all the answers. I understood what is my life. Then I started implementing in my life, going in this way. Then finally, I realized that this has to be shared with others also. So after getting initiation and by the instructions of my spiritual master, started, what I can say, preaching in this way. So before it was all offline. After COVID, we started in online. And actually, English is in a small scale, but Kannada it is in a very big scale. We have many groups also in Kannada because many are very easily, very quickly also they're getting attracted to spirituality. But in English, it takes time. Yes, definitely they are, I feel English people are a little intelligent. Not very easily they'll get attracted. But once they get attracted, they are very much... Thank you. And I thank everyone for joining also. And one thing you should understand, it is not that everyone can attend this sessions of Bhagavad Gita and hear the message, not direct message. Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit etitisi. Among millions and millions, only few can get this knowledge. This is transcendental. This is not an ordinary knowledge. And please don't consider Bhagavad Gita as an ordinary book. It is transcendental. It has the potency to change our life because it is a direct message from the Lord. Bhagavad Gita. So I'm not starting with the first chapter. I'm starting with the introduction so that many things will be covered in this introduction. Okay. So once again, welcome to this introduction part. And one thing before starting with Mangalacharan, I want to say one more thing is, so you should know how to, there's a process for everything. For example, you wanted to learn something, engineering, you have to go to engineering, call doctor, you have to go to a doctor. If you want to make a law, go and meet an advocate, advocate and learn among them something, a person. For example, now you have a stomach pain or a headache or some disease. Where will you go? Will you go to a doctor or to an advocate? You have to go to a doctor. The same way, when you have something to learn about Bhagavad Gita, you should go to the right process, how to. And this is very subtle and secret. Krishna says, Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitramidamuttamam, Pratyakshavagamam Dharmyam, Susukam Kartumam. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam. It is king of all knowledge, and it is king of all secrets. It is not that you read Bhagavad Gita and you'll understand. No, you have to surrender to it. Krishna says, Sarvadharman Parityajamam Ekam Sharanam Rajan. You have to surrender to it. Then you'll be able to understand. And surrendering process starts with, first thing is to surrender the spiritual master. So every day we start with prayers. That is Mangalacharan, we say. So with humble praise, take a very humble position, very insignificant. I'm more dependent on the Lord. Complete dependency, please. Please show me what is life. What we are living is not life. And one thing, make a note if you have a diary or anything. Without Bhagavad Gita, there is no life. No human life without Bhagavad Gita. If you stay here till 18 days, you will realize it. Clear? Yes. Now let us start, rather wasting the time, let us start with the Mangalacharan prayers. So I request each and everyone to turn on the videos, join your hands, and join with me. Yes. Okay. Yes. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshta Bhutali Srimate Jayapataka Swamiti Namane Nama Acharya Pada Nityakarpapadaya Gauragatatamaday Nagaran. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pankum Langayate Grim Yat Kripatamaham De Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandam Madhavam Shuchaitanya. Okay, so note all the prayers we have chanted now. It is first praying to the spiritual master. And this, the second paragraph, is the Pranam Mantra of Srila Prabhupada. So then it is Panchatattva prayers, that is Sri Chaitanya. Then it is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then later part, I chanted another mantra, Pranam Mantra, which is not here. That is my spiritual master, His Holiness Jayapataka. And later part, one more mantra I said. That is Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Mandeshigurum Dinata. It's very clear. Mukam Karoti Vachalam. A person who is dumb, who couldn't speak, he also gets qualified to speak or to give a pravachan, to give a discourse like me, what I'm speaking now in this way. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim. Girim means mountain. A layman without his legs, he becomes qualified to climb the mountain. When is this? Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. When we have the mercy of spiritual master, we will be qualified for all the things. We'll be qualified to understand Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is transcendental. It is very much secret, confidential thing. Yes, but when there is mercy of spiritual master, we get qualified to understand. If we don't take this position, definitely with our ego, with our materialistic knowledge, let us be graduates or double graduates, PhD, whatever it is, never ever will be able to understand Bhagavad Gita is transcendent. Yeah. Yes. Please, because I need this to say in the introduction part. Because before we start the first chapter, we have to come to that position. Then you'll be able to understand something. And in this 18 days should be very much what I can say. You all should be very serious. This will change your life. It is not an ordinary course somewhere you study something and learn something. No, this is your life. You will change your life. You will see the difference. There are many devotees here or already were in the last previous batches. You can ask them also. So it will change our life. We'll understand what is the purpose of life. Okay. Yes. Please be a little serious. Take this as Maha Yajna, something you do yajna in hours or something like that. So we'll be very serious during those times. The same way, this 18 days is something like a Maha Yajna. As much as possible, try to implement whatever we say in this session also. Okay. Yes. So then let us start with first with our gratitude and thanks to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of this ISKCON society, that is International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is in Sanskrit, and this intricacies all the confidential things has been revealed by an Acharya, meaning Vedanta Swami Srila. We should be very, very much gratitude. Thank him, because we are all ordinary people trying to understand Bhagavad. And this only because of this person who has translated with such a simple thing. He has given with so many, you can take his books and read. And now all over the world, Bhagavad Gita has been, and it has been translated all the languages. So this shows, they say Jagat Guru, no? The real Jagat Guru is Srila. Okay, we can show our gratitude and thank him. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Start. And today's agenda is history of Mahabharata. Why Mahabharata? Actually, Bhagavad Gita is having 700 verses. Mahabharata is 125,000 verses. So it's a small portion within this Mahabharata is this Bhagavad. Bhagavad Gita message. See, the whole Mahabharata is to give the message of this book. So it's a instruction to a humanity, human life. It is something like a manual. What is manual? You all know, you purchase a machinery, something. You purchase a washing machine or a fridge or a mixie, anything. They give you a manual book. Read that and use that machine. The same thing is our body is a machine. Yantra Rudani Mayaya, made out of this material nature. Bhumi Apunalo Kamana Buddhirevacha Hankara Itimne, Binna Prakrita Rashtata. This Panchabhutas and three subtle things is made out of. So, how to utilize this body and what is the purpose of this body? What is the purpose of this vehicle? So, all those things will be revealed in this book. So, it's a simple thing, it's a manual to our life. Without reading this, there is no life. Yes. Then, history of Bhagavad Gita. We think that history, this Bhagavad Gita started from Arjuna, no? But Krishna himself will reveal this when this Bhagavad Gita has been started. Then, contents of Bhagavad Gita. So, what is there in this Bhagavad? That will know. And the main topic, Bhagavad Gita versus Bhagavad Gita as it is. There are many editions of Bhagavad Gita. So, what is the difference between Bhagavad Gita, ordinary Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita as it is? Yeah? Yes. Now, let us start with history of Mahabharata. See, as I said, it is 125,000 verses. I need at least 1 hour to 2 hours to explain one verse. Then we'll be able to understand whole Bhagavad Gita in this session or even more, what I can say, lesser time, like no way. So what I've done, I've given a family tree here. So this will make us to understand something. So what is Mahabharata? What are the characters come in this? So what is the story and how this Bhagavad Gita started? Although it's just what I can say, before starting something, just know behind what is the history of these things. Okay, so family tree. You know Bharat Maharaj. Today our nation is being called by Bharat, and that name comes by this Bharat Maharaj. Okay, from here it starts, and after many descendants, it's Kuru. So Bharat Maharaj, what should I say about Bharat Maharaj? He was such a great, and don't ever think that devotee means a person who sits in somewhere under a tree or mountain and chants and be. No, 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 not like that. Devotion is eternal thing within us. And we do our services being a Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra, whatever it is, or let it be a mother, let it be a father, let it be a son, brother, whatever, that is your positions. But bhakti is your eternal. The relationship with the Lord is eternal. So Bharat Maharaj is a king, but he was a great devotee. He was ruling the whole world. Not, don't think Bharat means only our map, which we see Bharat. No, the whole earth planet he was ruling on behalf of Lord. On behalf of Lord, he was ruling. He never claimed that as it belongs to him. That is the nature of a devotee and a non-devotee. When you have this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we'll come in our real position. So he was such a great devotee. When his sons all got qualified, he just gave up everything. It has been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam as such an opulent thing. He just gave up everything. He left. How did he leave? Even Lakshmi Devi, the fortune, the goddess of fortune, she was ready to serve him because he was so hungry. He just gave up everything, went to the forest for meditation. Sometimes new or not to this spiritual, what is this? Why he has left? So what is the more greatness in this? Many will think in other way, another what kind of fool he having everything, why should he leave? Because he understood what is the purpose of life. Actually, it is not he who is a fool, it is we who are fool. We don't know what is life. We think earning and leading, gratifying our senses is life. No. In your Bhagavad Gita will teach us. Then finally, after many descendants, Kuru, something tomorrow I'll say about Kuru. Then Shantanu, actual Mahabharata starts from Shantanu. So Shantanu, then Shantanu had two wives. One is Ganga Devi. Through Ganga Devi, it was Bhishma Dev. I hope you all, some areas in little bit of Mahabharata, something, you know who's Bhishma Dev. Great person. He took one vow. Actually, his name is Devavrat. Because he took the vow, then his name has been changed to Bhishma. He took a vow at the young age that never ever I'll get married. Being in the kingdom, being in which such an opulent thing, not getting married is not an easy thing. And not taking the position of a king. There are so many situations where it was forcing him to take. He did not take that because he wanted to keep up his vow. See, I cannot say everything more here, but Bhishma is such a great person. He's one among 12 Mahajanas. Yeah, okay. Then Shantanu had another wife, that is Satyavati. Satyavati is the mother of Vyasadeva also. You know Vyasadeva? Vyasadeva has written all the scriptures as Puranas, Upanishads, Vedas were divided into 4. All those things, this Mahabharata was compiled by Vyasadeva. So he is such a great person. Yeah. And Vyasa is a position. His name is Krishna Dvaipayana. Okay. Then through Shantanu and Satyavati, they were 2 children, that is Vichitravirya and Chitrangada. And Vichitravirya was married to Ambika. And Vichitravirya, Chitrangada, he had a fight with another Chitrangada, who was a Gandharva. Finally, he died. And then Vichitravirya was not so qualified person, but still, Bhishma went to Kashi kingdom and that's why I won. Amba, Ambika and Ambalika. And finally, Amba had other desire. So she was sent back, and it was Ambika and Ambalika got married to Vichitravirya. And through Ambika, it was Dhritarashtra, who was a blind person. And from Ambalika, it is clear. Now, Dhritarashtra was married to Gandhari. So they had 1 daughter and 99 sons. And the head among them is Duryodhana. So Duryodhana was unrighteous. He was adharmic. So you should know what is mainly this Bhagavad Gita speaks and why the battle of Mahabharata has been. Because of righteous and unrighteous. When we have adharma, definitely we have to fight. And many times, Many other religionists or other, what I can say, head of the leaders, they explain this Bhagavad Gita based on their materialistic knowledge. Many say this Bhagavad Gita is ahimsa. They try to convince us through this Bhagavad Gita their own message, not Krishna's message. Their own message they give. So they say as ahimsa. Does Bhagavad Gita teach us ahimsa? Then why did Krishna encourage Arjuna to fight? Isn't it? When it comes to the last portion as Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Gita as it is, I'll explain that. Clear. Then Pandu and Kunti. So through Pandu and Kunti, they had 5 children, and before marriage it was Karna, because this was through prayers. Because through Durvasa, Kunti got some prayers. Through that prayers, she is praying the demigods, the devatas. From them, she is getting the child. Okay. Through Surya, it was Karna. Through Yamadharmaraj, it was Yudhishthir. And through Vayu, it was Bhima. Through Indra, it was Arjuna. Then actually, Pandu had 2 wives. So then she had one more mantra. And she gave that mantra to another, that is the wife of Pandu, this Madri. And Madri prayed to Ashwini Kumaras. Ashwini Kumaras are 2 personalities. So they gave 2 kids to her. That was Nakula and Sahdev. Then Arjuna, and I have taken this family tree only to, which relates to us, not the whole family tree also. So then here Arjuna and Draupadi. Arjuna had 4 wives, that is Chitrangada, Ulupi, and Subhadra. Subhadra is the sister of Krishna. And through Subhadra, he had a child by name Abhimanyu. And through Abhimanyu and Uttara, it was Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit and Iravati, through them it was Janamejaya. Why is this been highlighted and why this has been given? See here, great personalities, when they have some difficulties, some challenges in life, their challenge is it is not to their personal life, it is to the humanity. See, Arjuna said, I'm not going to fight. So now we are able to hear this Bhagavad Gita. If he had fought without any concern, then no Bhagavad Gita has. So he had some doubts, some challenges, something. He did not had a desire to fight, seeing his relatives and friends. Then Krishna gave the higher knowledge, that is Bhagavad. Okay, the same way happened in life of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by a Brahmana. For 7 days, within 7 days, he has to die on the 7th day by Takshaka snake bite. Then Shukadeva Goswami even gave him this Srimad Bhagavatam. And his son, Janamejaya, then he did this Sarpayaga. He killed all the snakes. By that, he got leprosy. And there, when he got this leprosy, for curing this leprosy, he called Vaishampayana. And Vaishampayana started reciting Mahabharata. Only because of Janamejaya, we got Mahabharata. And because of Parikshit, we got Srimad Bhagavatam through him. And through Arjuna, we are getting this. Many times, challenges and difficulties in our life also is good because we'll be able to progress in our life. Clear? And next it is Vrishni, because how Krishna is related to this family of Pandu, you can see here. Vrishni. After many descendants of Vrishni, it was Shurasena. Shurasena had 9 sons and 4 daughters. And Vasudev and Kunti. Who's Vasudev? Vasudev is father of Krishna. And Kunti, mother of us. You could relate now, isn't it? Yes. Now, and Vasudeva had other children, that is Rohini. Through Rohini, it was Balaram. And through Devaki, it was Subhadra and Krishna. So this is the family tree. Now let us enter this Bhagavad Gita. Now, history of Bhagavad. What is history of Bhagavad Gita? So here Krishna is saying in this 4th chapter, 1st verse, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyayam Vivasvan Manavipraha Manurikshvakave Pravet. So before understanding what is history of Bhagavad Gita, Who's saying this? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Someone, if we have, I request everyone to have a copy of Bhagavad. And we'll be sending PDF also, you can read through it. But please purchase one copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is. Yeah. And see here, before entering Bhagavad Gita, you can see there, Arjuna Uvacha. Uvacha means it has been a person who speaks, it has been said by this person. So Uvacha is speaking. Who is speaking here? When Arjuna is speaking, it is said Arjuna Uvacha. When Dhritarashtra is speaking, it is said Dhritarashtra Uvacha. But when Lord Krishna is speaking, it is said as Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Why? So let us understand first what is the meaning of Bhagavan. Here you can see Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. What is the meaning of it? Parashara Muni says this. Who is Parashara Muni? The father of Vyasadeva. I was saying about Vyasadeva. No? It was Vyasadeva who compiled Mahabharata, the Puranas, Upanishads, and dividing these Vedas. Everything is done by Vyasadeva. The father of such great soul, Vyasadeva, is Parashara Muni. So he is giving the meaning of this Bhagavan. In this verse, he's saying, Aishwarasya samagrasya virasya yashasashriya jnana vairagyashchaiva sannam bhaga iti yangana. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is thus defined by Parashara Muni as one who is full in 6 appearances. A person who is with full 6 appearances is claimed as Bhagavan. That is, who has full strength, full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. This is said in Vishnu Purana. Clear? Now, if we see Krishna, we could see all the appearances in full. Till then you don't accept Krishna as a Supreme Lord, there is no meaning or there is no value for Bhagavad Gita. When you purchase any book or anything, you ask to whom it belongs to. If it's something is belonging to a great personality, the product, whichever he is using, has the value. For example, you can see in the museums, many things has been kept in the museum. Even I use a spoon to eat. That is not kept in the museum, isn't it? But when a great personality using his utensils, that has been kept in the museum. The same way, understanding Bhagavad Gita as an ordinary book, it is of no value then. Before that, you should understand through whom the message is coming to me. So it is coming from the Supreme Lord. Akhilanda Koti Brahmana Nayaka is the Supreme Lord. Bhuktaram Ekdatabasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. So what is that message to me? If you are able to understand this part, then each and every word becomes so value in your life. You take that to your heart. Otherwise, you take it very casually and sit and just hear. It will not change our life. It will not transform us. Yeah. Yes, you can see in this, the 6. For example, the very first thing, wealth. Take the pastime of Krishna. So in Dwaraka pastime, we should see, he had 16,108 wives. Many people get astonished hearing this. How can a person have 16,108 wives? No person can have. Only a Supreme Lord can have this. Yeah. And not that he was one day with one wife and another day another wife. No. He used to expand himself 16,108 expansions, and he was with all the wives. That is the opulence. And for 16,108 wives, he had one palace to each wife. Each wife, one palace. And with that palace, there were many other small houses or palaces like this for the servants of that queen. That was the opulence of Krishna. Clear? And the palace is being given, Srimad Bhagavatam also, how it has been constructed. It was with bedecked with rubies, diamonds, and the pillars were made of gold, and the cot were made of ivory and gold. That was happiness. Clear? Wealth. Then fame. Fame, I hope you all know Krishna. Even before 5,000 years, Krishna has been appeared. Till today, we know about Krishna. His fame is unmatchable to anyone else. Many personalities have come and they have gone. Krishna is eternal. And beauty, beauty, Madhurati Madhuram. Everything is Madhuram. So many, the name Krishna itself says Sarvakarshika. Sarvakarshika means attraction. The beauty of Krishna is so much that each and everyone get attracted. Even in Vrindavan, there's so many gopis getting attracted to Krishna. There are more than 3 crore gopis. See, please don't go to another understanding like Rasalila and many things. No, yes, we should get qualified to understand that many transcendental things. Otherwise, we try to understand with our material knowledge. Clear? For example, a prescription is given by a doctor. He writes something, scribbles in a paper, and we are able to understand it? No. You have to go to another physician, give to in the medical store. He will give the medicine. If you don't go to him, you start illusion. By your material understanding, you try to oh, it is something P is there, it might be this, it might be that, it might be this. Isn't it? So you have to take the knowledge with the right source also. So understanding Krishna is not easy. You have to become a devotee. For example, doctor's prescription can be understood by another physician or the medical store who has done this thing, pharmacy or something. He will be able to understand. The same way, to understand Krishna, to understand Bhagavad Gita, to understand the Supreme Lord, we should try to become a devotee, then we will be able to understand. Before that, we should understand through the help of a devotee. Clear? Yes. And beauty. And next, what are the other things like knowledge? Unmatchable Bhagavad Gita has given. That is itself is sufficient. There's no need to change Bhagavad Gita. There's so many books. There's a need to change based on the time, place, circumstances, isn't it? But this Bhagavad Gita, it applies to everyone. Whatever the Varna category, whatever you belong, even if male, female, old, young, whatever, it applies to everyone. Everyone can take this book. That's why it is transcendent. Yeah. Then wealth, strength. What to speak about strength? Like you can see the pastime of Govardhan Parvatan, Govardhan Leela. At the age of 7 years, he lifted Govardhan hill for 7 days and 7 nights. He was holding in his little finger, left hand little finger was holding. That is the strength of Krishna. Fame, then wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. The most important part is renunciation. What is renunciation? For example, to whomever you give anything, you at least claim that I have given you. You help someone by giving some 100 rupees or 1,000, something you give and help him. You claim that I have helped him. That is not renunciation, but Lord, okay, can take another understanding. So now you are using in your house fan, tube light, many things you are using. This has all been coming through electricity. Monthly once you get an electric bill, isn't it? Because you're using it and you use water, you get water bill. But God has given naturally sun, moon, so many rivers and many things through the rain. Are you paying any bill for that? Or Lord is coming and claiming, hey, that belongs to me. Come and surrender to me or pay something. No. It's completely renunciation. He has created this planet and He is given to you for our enjoyment. Om Purnamadam Purnam Purnat Purnam Mudachyate, it says in Ishopanishad. Whatever created from the Lord, it is complete. And the creation is always the complete. It doesn't need anything externally, You can see the system of water, how the evaporation happens to the sun, it forms clouds and the rain comes to us. This is Lord's creation. So we need the help of a devotee or a spiritual master to understand these things. Then you realize, yes, Krishna is the Supreme Personality. And it has been given in all the many other scriptures. Ishvara, Paramakrishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. It is said in Brahma Samhita by Lord Brahma. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said as Etecham sakala pumsa Krishnas Bhagavan Swayam. There are many other avatars and many things, but it is Krishna. It is Bhagavan Swayam. He is Bhagavan. There can be many other incarnations. Yes, we think Krishna is coming through Vishnu, isn't it? Okay, fine. For time being, it's fine. When you come to a higher level, you'll be able to understand better. For example, when you go to school, studying A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, it's a basic thing. Once you progress in your studies, you'll understand. For a kid, you have to teach him A, B, C, D in this way, isn't it? Then when he grows up, you say that D-O-G, dog, C-A-T, cat. The very beginning, you say C-A. You think, what kind of fool are you? After A only, C should come. How can C can come before A, you'll say. No, isn't it? Yes. We are in such level, babysitting classes. We think, this is wrong, that is wrong, this is not correct. Many things we'll claim. Once we progress in our spiritual life, we'll be able to understand, oh, yes, this is correct. For that, you need confidence in the spiritual master and the scriptures. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Clear? Now we'll understand the history of Bhagavad Gita. Who's saying this? Sri Bhagavan Vacha. You see the difference? The same slide I showed you. Then this verse was very simple for us. Now, this verse is having a value because it has been said by the Supreme Lord. So whatever he says is absolutely truth. It's absolute truth. Never you can find any flaw. If you are finding any flaw is in between me. Understand? I'm not able to understand. It's not that what Lord is saying is wrong. No. Never anything can be wrong. Many times there are many other foolish people claiming that Krishna was wrong. He was stealing butter. He was doing many mischievous things. Isn't it? In that way we claim. Because we are fools. We cannot understand the Supreme. We are not in a position to understand. Once we transform ourselves to a devotee, we'll be able to understand what is the Supreme Lord. Clear? Yes. Now he's saying, so whatever he says, it is complete. It is said, Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavat pranitam. What is Dharma? Dharma means whatever Lord says is Dharma. Sometimes many say that in the battlefield, Krishna said lie. A lie cannot be spoken by the Lord. Even if he says something lie, it becomes absolute truth. That is the potency of the Supreme Lord. Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavat pranitam. Whatever the Lord says, that transforms as Dharma. Who taught us which is lie and which is truth? It is coming from the scriptures which has been said by the Lord. And now we start claiming that, oh, Lord is a lie or something like that. That is our foolishness. Simple another analogy or this thing example to understand. For example, you are going in a road. There's a no entry board. You cannot go in that road. It is illegal thing. You'll be punishable for that. Isn't it? You'll be fined when you go in that road. But when a prime minister or chief minister, whoever comes, the same no entry board will be taken out and he'll be sent in the same road. That doesn't apply to him. Isn't it? Ordinary person, a prime minister, can overrule. And what to speak of the Supreme Lord, who is the creator. I hope now you all will be able to understand who is the Supreme Lord. So whatever he does, it's absolute. Now he's saying the history of Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan mane praha manurikshva kave pravet. The personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god. It was not started from Arjuna. This was revealed before only. And as I said, no life without Bhagavad Gita, and life started from Bhagavad Gita. It was instructed to sun god, who is the source of all other planets. Clear? He is the source of all other planets. Without sun, there is no universe. All the universe, all the planets are dependent on sun. And that sun has been dependent on Brahma Jyoti. I don't want to confuse you. Okay, directly I'll go. He is dependent on Lord Krishna. There's a process actually. When you come to the next levels, you'll be able to understand. So he is dependent on Krishna. Krishna is giving this knowledge, imperishable knowledge, Bhagavad. Vivaswan, and his name is Vivaswan. Many think, oh, sun is a fiery ball. Nobody can be there. No, I have a body of this earthly body. A living entity who is in the sun planet is having a fiery body. Hope you understand. You'll be able to see, I cannot breathe within the water, but fish can breathe within the water. Just increase our intelligence, understanding, make more broader, you'll be able to understand. Many fools, I don't want to say fools, but still, they say that nobody can be within the, when I don't see within the water, then I'll claim that nobody can live within the water. Actually, there are many living entities. The same way there are many living entities in sun planet. And the king of that sun planet is Vivaswan. His name is Vivaswan. We call him as Surya Narayana also, isn't it? Yes. And Vivaswan instructed it to Manu. How this knowledge is coming? It has been instructed to his son, that is Manu. And that is, we are living in the 7th Manvantara, Vaivasvata Manvantara. His name is Vaivasvata. Clear? Then he is giving to his son the same Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That is Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku, who comes in the Surya Vamsha, that is Lord Ramachandra's heritage, he comes to Ikshvaku. Yes. Clear? This is how the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita comes through Guru Sishya Parampara. That is, it comes through Parampara. That is the spiritual master disciple. Spiritual master disciple. In this way it comes. Now, Krishna says in the next verse, I have not given it here, but still he says, Imam Vivasvate Yogam, this is there. Then it is, Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajoshu Vidu Sakalini Hamata Yoga Nashta Prant. This knowledge comes through this cycle of disciplic cycle, but now it has been lost. Now it has been lost because of unrighteous person. It has been lost by misinterpreting. Interpretation happens, even in Bhagavad Gita nowadays, so many Bhagavad Gitas, all has been interpreted. Their own thoughts have been given as Krishna is sharing this. So what happens? It becomes interpreted and there is no value to that words. When it doesn't come directly from Krishna, how the value will be there? If you have other understanding for it. Yeah. Yes. So in the same way, this was interpreted or it became the knowledge was lost. So now Krishna is starting through Arjuna. So that Bhagavad Gita we are going to hear from tomorrow. First chapter. Here. Now, it's here. Accepting that before the birth of Manu, the Gita was spoken by the Lord to his disciple, the sun god Vivaswan. A rough calculation Prabhupada is giving in this purport. A rough estimation is that the Gita was spoken at least 120, what I can say, crore 400 lakh years. These numbers are a little difficult to understand also. Yes. So to understand this, you should understand the span of this 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Clear? So our Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. The span of this Kali Yuga. Then Dwapara Yuga is just double of that. That is 8,64,000 years. And that Treta Yuga has been just like multiplied by 3, 12,96,000 years. Then Satya Yuga is 17,28,000 years. That the whole 4 yugas becomes 43,20,000 years. And this has been said many Manvantaras back, like to Vivaswan. So Prabhupada is saying at least this is minimal. This much of years has been before only I said to Sangha. Clear? Okay, and in human society, it has been extant for 2 million years. It was re-spoken by the Lord again to Arjuna about 5,000 years ago. That is the rough estimate history of it. It is very ancient and simple word. Without Bhagavad Gita, no life. Life started in the knowledge of Bhagavad. And now, without Bhagavad Gita, what we are living is not a life. It's not a life of human being. So it is said as Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maitunamsha Samanyatan Pashubir Narana. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maitunamsha. Only these 4 things: eating, sleeping, mating, defending. If you are engaging in these 4 things, you are equivalent to an animal. Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maitunamsha Samanyatan Pashubir Narana. Pashu. But then it is said, Dharme Tesho Adhiko Vishesho Dharme Nahina Pashubis. But a person who becomes human being, we are all just two-leg animals we are. Once we take Bhagavad Gita in our life, we think beyond this four, not just eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Beyond this, what is life? That is called as Atata Brahma Jignasa, knowing who am I. Then the human life starts from. Clear? So Bhagavad Gita starts from that point. Once a person questions himself, as I was saying, during introducing me also, I had a curiosity to know who am I, what is this? Everyone should have that naturally. Then you enter to know this. Then each word is something like a mountain for you. So there's so many things to realize. Without that, for example, you take Narendra Modi. Modi is a prime minister. He's so much value. But you don't know who he is. He comes to your house. How do you treat him? You treat him as an ordinary person. Some old person has come. Okay, what do you need? Glass of water? What do you need? Okay, correct. But you know him. He's the Prime Minister of India. He comes to your house. How you treat him? The same way, Bhagavad Gita, we don't know anything about it. We don't give any value to it. Once you understand this is my life, then the knowledge which you take shows a different impact on you. Okay? Before knowing what is Bhagavad Gita, you should know what is its value. It is our life. Without Bhagavad Gita, there is no human life. So many days what we are living, it's only animal life. Just for eating, mating, only these things we are focusing. We are not focusing what is the purpose of human life we don't. Clear? Yes. So coming days, in this 18 days, many things you learn. There are 84 lakh species. So where this human being comes, what is the cycle? Everything will be explained to you. And Krishna is so compassionate to us. Through this Bhagavad Gita, he teaches us how to eat, how to sleep, many things he teaches us. Clear? And contents of Bhagavad Gita. Here contents, you can see chapter 18 chapters are there, verses are 700 topics. So Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kalaka. Only these 5 topics. Wherever you search, whole Bhagavad Gita you read, only 5 topics. Yeah. Then yogas, there are 4 yogas. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti. So have you heard of one verse? Karmanyevadhikarastha mahapaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturpur mate sangostva karmani. Isn't it? Yes, that is Karma Yoga. That is the basic of our life. That is the lowest. Then you go for Jnana Yoga, then Dhyana Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga. So now we are trying to learn Bhakti Yoga, the topmost. Just imagine how much serious we should be, how much qualified we should be to understand this. Yes, to get us qualified also, there is a process. Yeah, in this 18 days, we'll be learning this, but make your life a little bit serious for this 18 days. Very attentively turn on your videos. Give this exclusive 1 hour time for Bhagavad Gita. I'll assure you, if you have bond paper, I can sign it. I'll assure you, your life gets transformed. You will understand what is. Okay? Yes. Then contents of Bhagavad Gita. Actually, I'm adding this portion in this. There's no need but to understand what is the difference between spiritual life and material. This one thing is sufficient for you to understand what is life. When you don't accept Bhagavad Gita, don't accept Lord Krishna in your life, don't accept God, what is the difference that you are going to see in your life? See, this battle of Pandavas, this is Kurukshetra battle or the Mahabharata battle. Pandavas had 7 Akshohinis and Kauravas had 11 Akshohinis. What is Akshohini? Akshoni is what I can say, a pack of chariots, elephants, horse, soldiers. It is known as one Akshohini. You can see here for Pandavas, they had 1,53,000 chariots, 1,53,000 elephants, and around 4,60,000 horses and 7,65,000 of soldiers. What was the comparison to Kauravas? They had 11 Akshohinis. Simple understanding. You have a game. Among yourself, you can have a game. For example, badminton or a cricket or anything. Badminton, you are playing one person against two person. Who is going to win? Very easily you can say, hey, there are two person. Why will this person will? Two person who are playing, they will win. For example, cricket, 7 players in one team, 11 players in one team. Who is going to win? Very easily you can say this. A team who is having 11 members will easily win. But what happened here? Who won? It was Kauravas or Pandavas? Pandavas. Why? Because Krishna. It's a small story. How a devotee should be. So once what happened? So before this battle, so all the kings, this is Duryodhana and the Pandavas and the Kauravas, they were gathering all the kings to help them. So whole world was taking one part, like it was Pandavas team or Kauravas team. So in this, only one team has been left out in the whole world, that is Yadavas. That is Krishna's team. And Krishna and Balaram, they had one team by name, that is Narayani Sainya. Narayani Sainya, 2 Akshohinis. This 2 Akshohinis, two Akshohinis they had. It is said Narayani Sainya. They had a team of Maharathis and Atirathis. They are never seen defeat in their life. Such a great 2 Akshohinis they had. And now, one second, I'll just close this. Yes. Okay, so they had this 2 Akshohinis in it. Now they need this. So both are anyhow, Kauravas and Pandavas are related to them. So they ask Balram. Balram says, I am out of this department. And approach Krishna. Whomever he wants, he can take that position. Then both will go and ask Krishna. Then Krishna says, okay, both are related to me. Okay, fine. Tomorrow morning, whoever comes me and meets first, I'm going to take that position. I'm going to help that team. Okay, now both are ready. Now, what is the position before taking? Kauravas had 9 Akshohinis. Pandavas had 7 Akshohinis. Now, Krishna's 2 Akshohinis come to the Pandavas side, then it will become equal. 9 Akshohinis will be there. Clear? This is the position now. There are already 2 Akshohinis lesser than the Kauravas. Who? Pandavas. So what happened? Okay, the next day, actually Duryodhana came in a hurry. Before sunrise, he entered. He came and he saw that Krishna was taking rest. Still, he has not woken. So then he saw, finally, there was 2 chairs, one near his feet and one near his head. First, he sat near the leg. Then finally, seeing the leg of Krishna, he said, Hare, I am such a great king. Should I sit next to this Krishna's feet? Who is this Krishna? An ordinary, what I can say, coward boy. Now he has become a king. But before he was a coward boy. Let me go and sit near the head. He went and sat near the other chair near his head. Then later part, Arjuna, who was a little bit delayed, he came then. He saw already Duryodhana has come. Then finally, the chair which was next to the feet of Krishna, he just made it side. He gave the obeisances, just sat down near the legs. Then after a while, Krishna just opened his eyes. As soon as he saw Arjuna, he said, oh, Arjuna, you have come first. That means my help is to you now. Then meanwhile, Duryodhana, Krishna, it was me who came first. You have to help me. Then Krishna says, no. But first I saw Arjuna. That means I should help Arjuna. Then Duryodhana says, I know very well you are a very cunning person. Some or the other you'll be helping Pandavas. I know very well, but please don't cheat. Don't be a cheat. You have to be very thing. And finally he'll say, okay, I'll divide into 2. What? I'll make a division. I'll share for both of them. This is a good plan. So now you have 2 Akshohinis. How should we divide? One Akshoni we have to divide, isn't it? But Krishna says, no. 2 Akshohinis one side, me alone one side. Is it clear? See, this is what you should understand when you are with Krishna, no? Some or the other will make you to win. That is Krishna. See, Krishna doesn't need all those things, but he wants to show to his devotees that you surrender unto me. Anyway, whatever the position you are, I'll make you to win. So he's saying 2 Akshonis one side and me alone one side. And the first option will be given to Arjuna. Because I saw him first, the first option will be given to Arjuna. This Duryodhana became very disturbed. He said, Krishna, this is cheating. What kind of division is this? Two Akshoni one side and one only you're in other team. Then he said, no. This is my team, my soldiers. I have the rights to do. So this is my decision. And I have seen Arjuna first. So the first option goes to Arjuna. He has to choose. Then Duryodhana is thinking, yes. Then because Pandavas already they are having two Akshonis less. Definitely will choose two Akshonis. What will I do with this Arjuna, Krishna? Then he'll finally think, oh, Krishna is having Sudarshan Chakra. Somehow it will be helpful for me to utilize Krishna in the battle. Okay, fine. Let us take Krishna, not a problem. Now Arjuna will be choosing two Akshonis. Then Arjuna will give Krishna will give option to Arjuna, you choose. And he just stands in his on his knees, opens his hand. By the time he says, Krishna says, stop. Now, whomever you choose Akshoni or me, whatever you choose, they are my team, my relatives, my friends, or in my army. That means I should be fighting against my family, against my relatives, against my friends. So I'm not going to fight. If you take me, I'm not going to take any weapons in my hand. Now Duryodhana is crying like anything. He knows very well that two Akshoni will be taken by Arjuna. Now I thought, okay, if I take this Krishna, at least I'll be able to utilize him by that Sudarshan Chakra. Now he's saying that I'm not going to touch the weapon. In the battlefield, what is the use of a person who is not touching weapon? You see. Correct? Then Duryodhana is crying now. He's thinking, Arey, what kind of a person is this Krishna? He's so cunning and he's cheating like anything. And now he's saying he's not going to even test the weapons. Then it's a useless person. Now Krishna is useless, waste of waste. No use for the battle now. Now he's giving the opportunity for Arjuna. Arjuna, now you choose what you need. Krishna knows very well what Arjuna is going to choose. This lesson is not for Duryodhana. This lesson is for us. What are we choosing in our life? Are we choosing buildings? Are we choosing wealth? Or are we choosing Krishna, Bhakti? Characterless life or with character life? Righteous or unrighteous? Many things to speak on this. Then Arjuna, he stands on his knees. He opens his hand. He says, my dear Lord, even you keep the whole creation one side and you alone one side, I will take you. I need Krishna in my life, not your two Akshonis. Whatever happens to me, whatever the result of the outcome of the battle, I don't bother. But I need Krishna in my life. I wanted to choose you. He takes Krishna. And now Duryodhana is so happy. He thinks, oh my God, I have seen so many fools in my life, but I have never seen a fool like Arjuna. He had so many opportunities, but he gave up everything at once. He took Krishna, such a useless person. Krishna is not even going to touch weapons. He has chosen Krishna. Then he thinks, hey, Krishna is a cunning person. He can change anything at any time. He says, Krishna, what to do? My brother has taken you. Fine. Now his only thing which is left out is two Akshonis. I'll take that and go. At once he'll run from that place because Krishna will change his words and he'll go away by taking that two Akshonis. Then it became 11 Akshonis for Kauravas and Pandavas stayed with 7 Akshonis. But they had Krishna with them. A person who's not going to touch the weapons. But what was the outcome or the result of the battle? When Krishna is in our life, it is sufficient. Not that how much opulence you have, how much knowledge you have, what is your, whatever, the whole creation is with you. It becomes useless when there is no Krishna in your life. Isn't it? Just think for a while. Then from tomorrow you'll become very serious. This introduction part makes you serious to take this 18 chapters in 18 days. This introduction to this part is more important because it makes you to come to the reality. Then you give this value for this Bhagavad Gita. Or else it becomes an ordinary knowledge. Oh, let's hear what is this. Those who are not attended this introduction, the same devotees who are coming tomorrow without attending this introduction, their understanding and the devotees who are attending this introduction, their understanding will be so much of difference, a gulf difference, because now you have understood what is the value of Bhagavad Gita. And tomorrow, each and every word becomes like a mountain for you. There's so many things to learn. But a person who don't have any value for that, how will he take that? Isn't it? So please be serious, be attentive while hearing this. This exclusive 1 hour is for Bhagavad. Your whole 100 years of life will get transformed by this 18 hours or 18 days of session. Clear? Yes. Now, here, the most important thing I said, Bhaktya mama vijanati yavani asmi tatvatah tato mam tatvatah vishate tanantanam. The difference between Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Gita as it is, what Krishna is saying. You're not Prabhupada is saying, somebody else is saying. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is saying. Can one understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of God, or only by devotional service? Who can understand this Bhagavad Gita? It's only a devotee. Who can understand Krishna? It's only a devotee. Only Srila Prabhupada can understand because he has surrendered to Krishna, he has surrendered to his spiritual master. Only he can understand. When something is coming through a devotee, only it becomes authorized, authentic. No one else can speak about Bhagavad Gita. Other Bhagavad Gitas, the non-devotees who are not surrendered to Krishna, Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. A person who has not surrendered to Krishna, he has no rights to speak about Bhagavad Gita. Even if he speaks, it's useless. Because Krishna will not reveal to him. Krishna is Paramatma within our heart. He has to reveal to us. When you are surrendering to him, he will reveal to us. You are not surrendering. Why will he reveal to you? Clear? The same way, there is a process for this Bhagavad Gita understanding. We should become devotees. At least try to become a devotee, you will be able to understand Bhagavad. If you don't become a devotee, you may not be able to understand. Never you'll be able to understand also. Why will Krishna will reveal to you? Clear? There's a process to become a devotee also. And especially in this Kali Yuga. Anyhow, in all the days I'll be explaining. So Kali Yuga, there is one Yuga Dharma in one Yuga. And for this Kali Yuga, it is Harinam. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Iva Kevalam Kala Unasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva, Gatiranyata. It's only Harinam. And that in that Harinam also, this Mahamantra. Actually, behind this, there is a story also, where Narada Muni goes to Brahma. Yes, in this Kali Yuga, all are Manda Sumanda Mateo. They are only fools in this Kali Yuga, because those days they were very intelligent, but in this Kali Yuga, they cannot understand anything. How are you going to help them? And he says, Hare Nama, Hare Nama. In this Kali Yuga, it is only Harinama. Let them chant the Harinam. They'll become qualified, get liberated. Then finally, Narada Muni asks, okay, there are millions of Harinam. Which should they chant? Then Lord Brahma gives this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then he says, Iti Shodashika Nam Kali Kalmashanashanam Natar Paratarupai Sarva Vedeshu Drushyati. Iti Shodashika Nam. The 16 syllables of Maha Mantra, what it is. Iti Shodashika Nam. Kali Kalmashanashanam. It removes the contamination of this Kali Yuga. When you have a headache, you have to take the tablet of headache. You cannot take a tablet of stomach pain and think that, oh, headache will be cured. No. For this Kali Yuga, it's only Hare Krishna Maha Mantra only. Then somebody will think, oh, what about other names? Those are all not Lord's name. Yes, everything is a Lord's name only. Everything is equally potent. Everything is, what I can say, it is having its own value. As all the medicines have its value, every medicine has its own value. But what is my disease? I am in this Kali Yuga, my disease, for my disease, the treatment or the medicine is Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Clear? Iti Shodashika Nam Kali Kalmashanashanam Nataro Parataro Upaya. There is no other alternative. Sarva Vedeshu Drushyati. Even you search all the Vedas. Sarva Vedeshu Drushyati. You search all the Vedas, you will not find any mantra which is better than this Hare Krishna Mahamantra for this particular Kali Yuga. Clear? Yes. Now to understand this Bhagavad Gita, you have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That makes you qualified. Our heart is filled with so many contamination. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsarya. How could you have a transcendental thing within our heart? Clear? When you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Cheto Darpanam Arjanam, it starts purifying us. Once the heart is getting clear, then this transcendental knowledge can enter the heart and transform us. Clear? Yes. So my humble request to all the devotees who are attending from today, you have to start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Even if you are not willing, don't bother. You're not willing to chant, you don't like it, anything it happens. When you are diseased, even if you don't like, you have to take the medicine. Even if it is painful, you have to get injected. Because to cure your disease, right? Sometimes waking up in the morning, chanting, it is not to my nature. It is difficult. Fine. Even if you're not willing, you have to understand this Bhagavad. Only for this 18 days. This 18 days is sufficient for transforming. As I said in the very beginning, small things you have to implement to change, to have a change in your life. Even a kid for his studies, he has to change. When he takes his books and starts writing, his handwriting gets improved. Starts reading, his vocabulary gets improved. The same way. Now we want to transform our life without doing anything. It is impossible. So you have to start chanting. Clear? Anyhow, so I'll request our representatives to post the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and Panchatattva Mantra in the group so that you'll be able to see that and chant. In the beginning, it will be like reading like you. And you can buy a mala, which is having 108 beads. And mala you can purchase. And okay, from tomorrow, we'll have 15-minute session before 6 o'clock. So we'll have kirtan and chanting. So I'll show you how to chant, how to hold the beads and chant one round. And there are many existing devotees also. So every day we'll have one round of chanting before starting the session. So they also can chant for one day. So tomorrow I'll start with chanting and teach you how to hold the beads and chant. Meanwhile, today itself you can buy beads and start chanting. And it will be posted in the group. You start chanting however you wish. And tomorrow I will teach you how to do the exact process, which comes from parampara or from the acharyas. Clear? Yes. Now what is for tomorrow? This is how we teach you this 18 days. As I said, one verse needs 1 hour of explanation. In trying to learn one chapter in a day, 1 hour, it's difficult, isn't it? So we divide this chapter into four portions, and we give the essence of that Bhagavad Gita to understand what is life and why Krishna is saying this. So what is the purpose of it? All those things will be explained. And tomorrow you'll be seeing scenario in which Gita was spoken. The all auspicious Supreme Lord, the Supreme Lord protects his devotees, and miseries of life, how to remove the miseries of life. All those things we'll be discussing in tomorrow's first chapter, and the reasons that Arjuna is giving not to fight, and the solutions in the second chapter. Krishna. We'll be able to understand tomorrow whatever Arjuna says, it's perfect. And the answers from Krishna, you'll think, oh, it's more perfect. Because it depends on the vision that we see. Clear? Anyhow, tomorrow you'll be. Now, let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But please, today you try to chant 108 times so that from tomorrow itself you'll be qualified to take this knowledge, transcendental, divine knowledge. Okay? It becomes divine when you chant. If you don't chant, the same, what I'm speaking is in ordinary words, correct? But that becomes divine. It starts transforming us. It enters the heart. So there should be some space in the heart to enter. Now it is filled with contamination. Once you start chanting, it gets purified. There's some place in heart then this transcendental things goes and it can transform the whole heart. Clear? Now let us chant once Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And this is every day I'll give a quote for you to see. We need this conviction, not that you don't believe in my words, but you believe in scriptures, isn't it? So I want to give the references. What I'm saying is absolute truth. I may not have any value, but the Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada is having the value. It is his words. The scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam is having its value. It is the words of Bhagavad. It is said, Kaler doshi nidhe rajan asti ekon mahan gunan kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param rajit. Kaler doshe nidhe rajan. This Kali Yuga is filled with dosha, the faults. And it is something like nidhi. Nidhi is something like a treasure. You keep on digging, you'll get more and more, like gold ore or I know, whatever. It is like nidhi. Keep on taking, it will be coming. What is coming in this Kali Yuga? It is only faults, doshas. Then, Asti ekon mahan guna. Sukadeva Goswami saying this to Parikshit Maharaj. But there is one great guna, great quality of this Kali Yuga. What is that? A guide, direct instruction is given. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya. We did the bhajan, Jai Radha Madhava. Hare Krishna bhajan, or chant Hare Krishna. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya. Who chants the holy name of Krishna, Mukta Sangha Param Jet, is qualified to liberate from this material world by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It's very crystal clear. Now, it's up to you whether to take or not to take, because Lord also has given the independence. So you can do, you wanted to be a, what I can say, unrighteous, you can be righteous, adharmi, or you want to cheat others, you can. Krishna will help us in all the ways. Whatever I desire, he gives. Clear? If you all desire today that I want to be a pure devotee, definitely Krishna will give you such kind of an intelligence. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtu matta smritir jnanam aponam shan. The intelligence, the remembrance, forgetfulness comes from Krishna, is sitting in our heart. When we desire that I should become a pure devotee, he will give us the intelligence to become a devotee. Anyhow, you can experience in one day, you'll get this experience. Try to chant many times today. This is our Lakshmi Narasimha. So he removes all the obstacles in the path of devotion. And it is Gandharvika Giridhari, that is Radha and Krishna. In our temple, their name is Gandharvika Giridhari, which was given by His Holiness Jayapataka during the installation. And this is our temple, ISKCON temple, which is in HPR layout. Okay. And now, if is anyone having any questions, you can raise your hand. There's an option in the Zoom to raise the hand. You can raise the hand and ask the questions. We'll give the option to unmute. You can unmute and ask the questions. Hare Krishna. So before that, there'll be some announcements which will be done by Chandrasekhar. Yes, Chandrasekhar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for the introduction, Prabhuji. So one announcement is like we'll be starting the session from 5:45 every day, like from tomorrow onwards, with starting with chanting session. And other things is you can also request your family, relatives, friends, colleagues to join this session, as today we did only introduction. So tomorrow onwards is a real session starting. So post these registration links in your groups. Yeah. And yeah, so then other things are Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
That's it.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So one important,
one more announcement, Prabhu, quiz thing. So from tomorrow onwards, quizzes will be there. So we'll posting the links to attend the quiz. So quiz is mandatory to attend for all the 18 sessions, so that you get a certificate of completing this Bhagavad Gita session. So it will be posted tomorrow, and we'll also explain how to attend the quiz as well. So we'll share those details.
In the tomorrow session, it will be explained to you how
to. Will be explained.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that is it.
Yes.
If anyone having any questions, you can raise a hand.
And also we'll share the introduction video also, Prabhu, whatever has been recorded here, so that they can share this one with all their friends and families. So they'll get to know both this Bhagavad Gita,
Yes.
why we should.
Okay. So this will be done only for today. What we have been recorded here in YouTube, today it will be shared in the group. Because we have missed for the first day, you can share to with your friends and relatives. But from the first chapter, we'll not share. Because in that way, if you see, there are so many videos in YouTube, you can watch that. But we wanted to make you serious. Wake up early morning, sit attentively here. Videos will not make you attentive. Anyhow, it is there. Whenever I can hear. Never you'll hear in your whole life. So we wanted to make you serious. So this one session will be shared. But after 18 days, we'll share you. If something is missed out, you can see in the end. That's not a problem. But for this 18 days, we want to create you the seriousness within you. Okay? Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Today you can share. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
Then we'll be ending the session.
We have one question in the group, Prabhu. We had a couple of people asking for Hindi and Kannada session. So I responded back to them, but still, Ashwata session, Prabhu.
So, okay, after this 18 days, we'll be sharing the link to Kannada. So it will be starting after this English session. Hindi, may others take, but I take only English and Kannada. Okay. Yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think no questions are there. We can say one time Hare Krishna Bhagavad and ask them to.
Okay, fine. Okay, I thank all the devotees for joining in today's session. So let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind up. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, now I'll give the option to unmute. You all can unmute and you can say once Hare Krishna and leave the meeting.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Okay, thank you to all. Kirtiraj Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you all for joining.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Continue tomorrow.